I started being on the field when I was very young. It was navigating a profession that at the time was mostly controlled by men, so it was a challenge to get access.
In some communities, women specifically are taught that their voice doesn't matter. I then seek out those voices as a reminder to them that you do matter, you are relevant.
Women in Gaza endured the most difficult situation during the war.
I'm Teresa, and between us, I am passionate about journalism, about being on the field, but it's a constant challenge to find balance between family and a job I love.
I'm Fahmida Miller, and between us, I feel there are too many stories about women that are overlooked, but they deserve to be heard.
I am Maram Humaid, and between us, the most powerful stories I've heard during the war in Gaza often come from mothers and women.
So being a journalist in Latin America, going to slums or areas where there's drug trafficking organizations and talking to those affected by violence, there's always the safety concern. In Bolivia, during when Evo Morales was forced to leave the country, there were massive protests on the street. I was about to do a live shot and these police officers come and starts telling me that I cannot be in that place, that I have to move, and they were very, very violent towards the press at that point. And I remember telling him, I am not going to leave, I'm a journalist, I'm doing my job. But he just sprayed me with pepper spray. And I'll never forget at the time my reaction. And it was like, you're not going to shut me up, you're not going to shut me up. A story that I feel profoundly about is Haiti. The capital is completely controlled by gangs. There's around 50% malnutrition among the population. Children are struggling, women are being raped. I remember this pregnant woman who was trying to get some aid and some food, and she was being attacked right in front of us. And that food and those medicines that she was given, you know, they were being stolen from her, you know. And I remember, in a way, the anger of seeing her vulnerability and how that was being used right in front of us. I have two kids that one day I hope they find something similar that they feel passionate about, that you don't feel like you're working, you feel like this is your way of life.
I do think empathy can't be ignored. I think there are innate qualities as a woman that oftentimes can give you, dare I say, greater understanding or insight. There was a woman I had met in Mozambique when covering Cyclone Idai, and people were stranded on an island, Obuzi, far from the mainland. This boat that was made available by a man in the mainland, and he went back and forth trying to rescue people. But on that boat there was a woman, and she got on this boat searching for her daughter, but this mother said, I am not going to rest until I know my daughter is fine and she's safe, and I'm going to get her. That is a story that is it's not one that is isolated. So many mothers will do whatever it's necessary to keep their children, their families, and society safe. I feel like that trip in particular exposed me to what people, and specifically women, are capable of. They're worried that once they leave, it is a very demanding job. The hours are uncertain. There's a lot of traveling. These are the very things that make it exciting. These are the things that attracted me when I started my career. But years into it, there are also the things that can make it very difficult when you're trying to juggle the personal and the professional. And I think getting it right is in itself a motivation.
We heard a gunfire and then lots of more bullets directly towards the people.
Being a female journalist working on the ground gave me a wider opportunity to speak to women.
بعدك تطلعي لو صار أي شيء.
لا ايش بقول للست، بقول لها حنموت هناك، خلص حنموت بعد البهدلة اللي شفناها. لا.
They would open up with their suffering to me, openly talking about even the sensitive topics. Pregnant women also were telling me how they were suffering during the war, and because I am a woman and I am a mother, I went through these challenges. I was able to ask freely about these things. The first and the only motivation just to go on, because I'm a survivor of this genocide, and every day was a chance to come across with the new stories of endurance and suffering, the displacement, the amputations, the women standing in queues and standing in lines, the stories of people who are starved and being unable to feed their kids.
I really believe that more women are needed in the media, because they understand that we can make a difference, that we're reporting on stories that are important.
There was a confidence that was instilled in me by my mother specifically, and that there would be nothing that would limit me. Don't accept what you are told by others or society about who or what you should be.
I want to remind aspiring women journalists that their voices matter, even in the most dangerous and overlooked corners of the world.